Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Wednesday, the 17th of May 2023. I am Spirit of Life Alchemy, and this is your morning message tarot reading. So, we have some astrology for today. We have the moon. This is British summertime in the UK astrology, so it might be slightly different from where you are. But from here, we have the moon starting off the day in Aries, where it's going to form a square to Mars before entering Taurus. Straight away, it's going to form a conjunction with Jupiter that moved into Taurus yesterday, and then it's going to form a square to Pluto. So, could be conflict and challenges between our needs and our desires. Could come to a conclusion that more is better, which then could bring up more power struggles within us and without us. Within and so internally and externally is what I meant to say. The moon activates this week's developing fixed ground cross involving Pluto, Jupiter, the North Node, the South Node, and Mars, which is active between now and the 23rd of May next week. So, because it's at 0 degrees of the fixed signs, and because the North Node and the South Node are really close in aspect to the planets, this is a real big pause. Okay, and because it's around the North Node, sorry, the new moon, it's around the time of the new moon, which is we're already into the dark of the moon, and because we're at the end of eclipse season, and because we're at the end of Mercury retrograde, having just stationed direct on Monday, it feels like we're in this big pause energy. You might be feeling a bit sort of all over the place from the intensity of just what the battering that we've had over the last month or so. And so, yeah, it's a pause. Where are we? What do we want to release? What we keep taking forward with us? How do we want to take action? Questions of power, especially sort of after Saturday when Mars enters Leo, much more at home in Leo than he was in Cancer. But that Pluto-Mars opposition, that could bring up questions about power, your own internal power, how you use power out in the world, anger, frustration, and can you transform those and transmute them into creative fire energy that actually drives you forward in a very sustainable, creative, life-affirming way. So, yay, another big week. So that's your energy for today. Let's see what the cards have to say. Ooh, squeaky chair. Let's see what the cards have to say for today. So we're going to use the Gaia deck. Let's have our feet on the ground, and then, oh yeah, let's have Thoth. Thoth deck likes to tell you how it is. Oh, 7 of Swords on the bottom. Truth. Stay in your truth despite all attacks from around you. Anyway, we'll come back. We'll see if that comes up in the spread. The 7 of Swords did come out yesterday, didn't I? And I did say, in between the Tower and the Sun. Yes, it did. And I was saying about, in your vulnerability of the old structures falling away, play your cards close to your chest. Stay in your truth. And that's a message for today then as well. Okay, so let's see. What do we need to know for today? Wednesday, the 17th of May, 2023. Messages for Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? See, at the bottom, we've got the message. Okay. Positive news, positive outcome, nice energy. I've just noticed that healing's there as well. Then we've got Moonlight Goddess, repressed emotions, healing and reflection. Okay, so there could be repressed emotions coming up, especially with the moon square to, I've closed my book, square to Mars, first of all during the day, and then to Pluto later on in the day. So it's like a T squared going on. Okay, and then we've got the search, feeling lost, confused, lonely. Okay, so yeah, when these things come up, that square, yeah, the square to Mars, the square to Pluto, it just could bring up what I was saying about the power struggles and things and abuses of power, and there could be repressed stuff coming up that's ready to be seen, to be healed, for you to reflect upon, but it's not always easy. So you could be feeling lost, could be confused or lonely, or just sort of feeling a bit all over the place with it all. The message is to come back to yourself, know that you're loved. I love that we've got like the sun energy in both these cards. If you look at them, she's got the crown chakra open, and in this one it looks like all the chakras are open, with the dove rising, and message of staying in alignment. When, you know, I've said this before, that, you know, sort of the journey to spiritual knowing and growing and wisdom and things like that, and it's not that sort of, you know, suddenly you come to this place of calm and everything's wonderful and everything, and it's you know, perfect paradise. No, what happens is you're able to stay more in your energy, more centered, and deal with these things in a much better way as they come up, and take more learning from them and things, understanding the lessons a lot quicker, and integrate it, releasing a lot quicker the things you need to release, and evolving and transforming, much more fluidly, I don't know, just much more in flow. Okay, yeah, it's like anything with practice, you know, you do get better at handling it, at doing it, and less sort of all over the place. That's really sort of the message sort of I'm getting, and especially with that at the bottom. Okay, stay in your truth. The message, your truth is the message, the positive news, positive outcome. Know that you'll come through this. The only constant in life is change, and as this stuff comes up, it brings about healing. So yeah, stay with that. Oh, then we've got abundance on the other side as well, so we have a bit of an abundance to help us. Okay, so let's see, what do we need to know for Wednesday the 17th of May 2023? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance do we need to help us navigate today's energies to our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? Okay, let's just see. Where do we find us? Oh, we've got the Lovers. Okay, could be a choice to be made. Going into the past, we've got the Chariot. Below, we've got the Five of Swords. Above, we've got the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands came out yesterday in the middle position. Then we've got the Four of Wands, completion. Clarifiers, we've got the Prince of Discs. We've got the Five of Cups, disappointment. And we've got the Six of Swords, science. At the bottom, we've got the Two of Wands, the Six of Discs, Three of Wands, and the Princess of Discs. Oh, we will also have the Nine of Cups and the Hermit and the Sun and the King of Wands, actually. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so where we find ourselves, the Lovers, Gemini energy. And so you could be at a crossroads. There could be decisions to be being made about which way to go. The other thing I get for the Lovers is that bringing your divine masculine, divine feminine into balance. I've got a really itchy nose today, and face actually. It normally means spirit is close by, giving me a little tickle to let me know they're here. So balancing, coming into harmony, divine masculine, divine feminine within us. Everybody has divine feminine, divine masculine within them. And yeah, it's about balancing those sides within us. Okay, moving into the past, we've got the Chariot. Okay, so the Chariot, this is about taking action that leads to victory, using our will. Okay, so that's moving into the past. This feels like a carry on from yesterday's reading. We have been doing the work, we have been showing up, and we have been changing things. Oh my God, my face. Sorry about that. Just being tickled. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, we have been doing the work. We have, been piecing everything together. I mean, you can't not do during sort of eclipse season with the Mercury retrograde in the middle. We're now in this pools and portal energy of this fixed grand cross between now and next Wednesday, the 23rd. And so it is like just time to stop for a while, for a few days, because we've got the new moon as well. So we're in the dark of the moon, completing that cycle out. And we don't know which way we're going yet until we get to the other side. We set our new intentions and things like that. So we're really in like this reflecting, reviewing, releasing energy, and just letting, I see it as like letting all the pieces form around us. Everything's all over the place at the moment. That hasn't fallen into place. The card below us, we have the Five of Swords, which is Venus in Scorpio, which could be this feeling lost and everything, confused, lonely. Scorpio for me is the emotional quagmire. To have Venus in there, oh, you're all over the place in yourself. Where's my glasses? Yeah, it's Venus. Venus in Scorpio. No, sorry, I'll take that back. We're not. Venus in Aquarius. It's like Venus in Scorpio, isn't that the Seven of Cups? Yes, so yeah, still with the Mercury retrograde hangover here. My brain and my mouth not being connected, although there was a little tiny bit of my brain that was going, that doesn't sound right. No. So anyway, let's reel that back in. Venus in Aquarius. Okay. There's Aquarius is very sort of fixed mindsets, fixed air. So there's not much fluidity and movement. It can be fixed ideas and things like that. And if you've got fixed ideas around your emotions, around love, your values, you could be in danger of self-sabotaging yourself. For me, the Five of Swords is often about self-sabotage. I know a lot of other readers beware of other people. For me, the whole tarot is an internal journey. So all the court cards are either energies that are coming up within you or that you need to embody within yourself, rather than sort of, you know, a Sagittarian is coming into your life. And yeah, it's minor arcana, so it's a temporary thing. So just, you know, keep on the ball, stay positive, stay connected to a positive outcome, and know that this is just repressed emotions coming up to be looked at in a sort of logical, detached way. Venus in Aquarius is sort of very detached love. I know this because I have a partner who has his Venus in Aquarius, and has very different love language to me. I'm Venus in Cancer, but mine's in my business area of my life. So I'm all about love and nurturing in my work out in the world. But yeah, it's that detachment, and sometimes you need that detachment when you're caught up in a sort of the rising of repressed emotions coming up. The message from above is the gift, the divine gift of spirit, of fire, of passion, of the willpower and the drive to come through this, and connect into your inner sacred fire and life force and things like that. And then we're moving into the Four of Wands, completion, perfection, Venus in Aries. That is very much sort of the I am as opposed to the we are energies. Coming back to yourself, to your own fiery nature. The Four of Wands is also the 1111 portal card. So again, pausing before we're ready to go through that portal, at the other side of this fixed ground cross. The clarifiers, we've got the Prince of Discs, slowing down, taking your time, doing the work. This is the Knight of Pentacles. We're not in any rush. If we're trying to go too fast, then we're likely to make mistakes. We're likely to miss things, and then we'll have to come around and face them all again because we didn't get the lesson before. It could be, you know, you don't like pausing and you want to be getting on with things, and the more you fight against that, the worse it seems to get. So my advice, slow down, enjoy the pause, ponder things, think about things, feel things, allow what the emotions coming up that need to. We've got the Five of Cups here, which is Mars in Scorpio. So we have got a Scorpio thing here. This is disappointment. It can be regret, it can be grief. Okay, we have to acknowledge these emotions and feelings, and things, before we can move through them and release them or transform them into new emotions and beliefs, or befriend them. Yeah, we can't go back and change the past, but we can certainly sort of befriend sort of the emotions associated with it. And yeah, if I'd known better at the time, I would have done something different, but I didn't. So, you know, that place of acceptance, and acknowledging and thanking sort of emotions, keeping us safe. You know, all the body wants to do is survive, and it will do whatever it needs to do to keep us safe. Okay, and so that's often where all these sort of repressed emotions and things come up. It wasn't safe for us to feel them. We didn't know how to feel them in a safe way. Often these things go back to our childhood, when we didn't have the cognition to be able to understand what was going on. Can be sort of, you know, from being in the womb. It can be sort of inherited stuff. It can be ancestor stuff. There's all this mishmash. And so the way I look at it is, if I'd known better how to do something, I would have done. But, and then, yeah, there's no guilt. There's, you know, I did what I could at the time. Okay, so the the repressed emotions might be something from the past coming up that sort of has caused regret or disappointment, or it's not worked out the way you wanted it to. And to move through it, we need to use logic. We need to use that. We've got the 5 and we've got the 6 of Swords here. This is Mercury in Aquarius. So yeah, giving ourselves a compassionate, loving talking to, going, you didn't know any better. Just come back, remember you are loved. It's safe now. You did the best that you could. You are enough. Whatever it is, that sort of using the mind and logic and everything to move yourself from the difficult position to a more accepting place, and to take the energy out of the emotions. Okay, so they no longer hold power over you. That's when we're stuck. The old beliefs, the old emotions, things like that, when we're held in these old patterns, these old beliefs, it's the emotional response that it actually keeps us prisoner. We're kept prisoner in all this stuff. And at this time, it's a time for releasing and liberating ourselves from that. And that we can't just pretend they don't exist. They're always going to be there. We have to integrate our light and our dark together, our shadow and shadow subconscious self with our conscious self. Oh my god, my nose. I acknowledge you all. Thank you for being here. And that's how we become whole. That's how we become complete. I am all that I am. I am my darkness and my light. And by integrating all of that together, that's how we come to wholeness. Okay, so the bottom of the deck cards, which is what's going on in the subconscious. So first of all, we've got the 2 of Wands, Dominion. And again, this is Mars in Aries. This is standing in your own power. I am, in that sense of knowing who you are, and looking out, sort of what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? When we we had the Ace and the 2 yesterday, didn't we? When we come back to our power and ourself, then when we're looking out from a much more aligned place. Okay, of where we're going next. Then we've got the 6 of discs, which is the moon in Taurus. God, my mind. With the moon's really comfortable in Taurus, and this is reciprocity, giving and taking, be in harmony, sort of what we're giving out is returned back to us. So if we're giving out sort of light and love and acceptance and positivity and peace and things like that, that's what comes back to us. And with being Taurus, that can also be financial as well. Could be a little windfall or something coming in. Always nice to have. Okay, and then we come to the 3 of Wands. So we've got the Ace, the 2, the 3 and the 4 today, and the Knight. So lots of fire energy. The 3 of Wands, we've got the Sun in Aries. So Venus, Mars and the Sun in Aries. Okay, so this so we're coming back to the new moon. The moon starts off today in Aries. We're in that part of the month where sort of the moon has been all the way round the zodiac wheel since the last new moon, which was a new moon solar eclipse in Aries. And so these cards, what I'm getting is that this is our reviewing. So sort of how much have we learned, how much have we stepped into our own sort of Aries energy of I am. Okay, then are we sort of setting intentions from there? Are we manifesting from there? which will help us transition through the portal into the Taurian energies. Okay, so decided what to do. We're setting the prayers, and then where are we setting the prayers from as well? We set our prayers from what's inside of us, taking out. Are you coming from a heart-centered place? Are you coming from sort of needs and wants and things? Look at sort of where you are manifesting from. Are you coming from the sacred heart? Are you coming from your inner truth and higher self? Where are you manifesting from? That was the message. Then we've got the Prince of Discs. We've also got the Princess. So I love the Princess in this card, the Page energy. Her wand is pointing downwards into the earth, and you can see she's pregnant. It's all going on sort of beneath the surface. The new beginnings. It's all sort of coming to a crescendo, getting ready to be born. This transformation, you're getting ready to be born into something new, or someone new. Have, after all the work and the learning and everything that's been going on, you're transforming and evolving into the next sort of manifestation of you. And with that, we've got the Nine of Cups, the happiness card. This is Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter rules Pisces. That expansive energy, getting bigger and better and overflowing with abundance and happiness and good fortune and good luck, and it's expansive. There's no limits. But a message to use it wisely. The Hermit, connecting to that inner wisdom, that inner light. Check in with yourself rather than just expanding outside all of that way. Come back to yourself, check in with your inner wisdom and everything, your inner light, and shine your happiness from that inner light, the sun, being in your energy, in your power, in your sense of self, your core identity and everything. And also in your power, because we have the Knight of Wands here, which in other decks is the King of Wands. So yeah, this is the Aries card. This is the I am. I am the innovator. I can't even say innovator. I am the pioneer. I am the leader of myself. You know, all of that. That is all embodied in the King of Wands. So this is like a real completion energy of this last cycle. Today the moon enters into Taurus. So the energy is changing into I have. And we're getting in preparation for the new moon on Friday. So more on that as we come to it. But it feels like that was a bit of a long reading. But we got there. Okay, so that's your reading for today. I hope it resonated with you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Click on the wiggly bell wherever that is on the video. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then please email me the email address below this video in the descriptions box. Have a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, thank you for watching. And we're not doing this again today.